Let us have a look at the NIKKOR Z lenses. The base is built around a large Z mount and a short flange, which is the distance between the sensor and the camera's Z mount. Thanks to that, the light falls onto the sensor more efficiently. This gives you more contrast and details from edge to edge, as well as more dynamic range and maximum resolution. It also helps reduce light fall-off at the edges of the frame. NIKKOR Z lenses gather more light than other lenses. And with more light comes more freedom to create exactly what you want. The S-line lenses are at the top of the NIKKOR Z lineup. These are premium lenses with the most advanced optics and coatings. S-line lenses all feature a customizable control ring, for example to adjust aperture or ISO, a rapid yet virtually silent multi-focusing system, and they have extensive sealing to keep out dust and moisture. So built to take on any location, NIKKOR Z full-frame S-line lenses put the future of imaging in focus. With the arrival of both the 14-24 and 70-200mm f2.8 S-line, the NIKKOR mirrorless trinity is complete. So with these three professional lenses you cover the full focal range from 14 to 200mm at f2.8. If you only bring these three in your bag, you'll be able to shoot anything, from landscape to portraits, wildlife, sports and everything in between.
When I'm working under a time pressure, like that perfect light for 15 or 10 minutes, I want to be super fast. So I'm trying to use the zooms most of the time. I've got the 24-70 Z 2.8 and the 70-200 and the 14-24 here. And this really helps me just be really fast without compromising on quality because those lenses are sharp all the way through. I also had a lot of fun throwing on that 1.4 teleconverter. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really not a fan of teleconverters on zoom lenses, but I was pleasantly surprised that it worked out great. I've always loved the 14-24 F-mount lens, but it's a beast. This thing is heavy. So I always had to think about whether or not I take it on a shoot. But now the 14-24 Z lens is 2.8, and I was so surprised when I first had it in my hand that it was just like, oh, that's a lot lighter.
The most important part about being a travel photographer is still enjoying the experience. Having a system like the Z system with me makes it really easy for me to still, immerse myself into the travel experience and not get distracted by carrying too much heavy gear or just, too much technical stuff to worry about. I love the 24-70 because it gives me all the ranges that I need. With 2.8 I have great depth of field, amazing light coming in, and I don't need any prime lenses anymore. I like a zoom lens because it gives me more flexibility. I have to be dynamic and adaptable to whatever happens. It keeps me moving and keeps me easy on the feet.
In landscape photography, of course, there is different light situations and the lens is extremely important. And Nikon did an incredible job with this new 14-24 f2.8, which is extremely lightweight also. That's very important for a landscape photographer which is hiking a lot. It has a beautiful 9-bladed aperture which causes 18 rayed sunstar, and it nearly has no problems with reflections and with flares. The use of filters is also possible with this lens. We've got the slide-in filters in the back and the screw-on filters on the front.
So this 70-200 2.8 lens is my most used lens. It's my go-to-go lens in pretty much all the situations that come super fast. And with the 70mm up to 200mm, it's full on sharp the whole way. I can zoom out, I can take tight portraits, or then I can take the animals in the landscape. And then the 50mm lens is not the most common in the wildlife photography world, but I love the fact of aperture 1.2 that I use when I'm comfortable with the animals and there is some trust between us.
For me, it's an absolute advantage to have the new Z series of lenses. It's a wide range, the quality is amazing, and they are very fast and they are very light. My favorite lens is the 85 because I can focus on the emotions of the couple, which is very important during a day, and I can also have the great shots of the guests. 50mm is very natural. I use it always. For example, I can get the shot of a dress and I also can go closer, even intimate group shots with the 50. I do everything with the 50. The other lens I really adore is the 35mm because there I can get the wide shots which I really need for large group shots or even for the couple shots.
The NIKKOR Z lenses impressed me because they're really sharp, they are really compact. The fact that they are really small is really something important for me because they are light, they are not frightening the couple when I'm shooting them. The 35 is my favorite lens because you can do everything with it. If you have the ability to move and get the right composition, you can have close-ups, you can have wide shots. The color they produce, the contrast, the sharpness, everything looks better with this glass.
So with the new lens, NIKKOR Z 85 1.8, the result was outstanding because the depth of field, the way that the light was coming in, the details, the perfection of the skin tone and the sharpness and more depth within the subject. So I had to compare the depth of field that I was able to achieve with this lens.
Now Nikon's got the Z series, it's definitely improved the way how I think creatively and experiment in terms of photography. I got into the habit of just using an 85 for almost 95% of my work as well. And now I'm actually using a 24-70. So it's nice to be able to experiment, be more creative, and push myself to try new things.
When you're using a camera like the Z7 II with 45 megapixel, you're not able to use any kind of lenses anymore because it's too many pixels. So you need a lens which is capable, and that's why I'm using those S-line Z-mount lenses because they are made for high resolutions. They're made for corner sharpness which has never been seen.
Working these last few days with the new Z system zooms, I've been really happy with the results. And I think so far all of the Z system lenses I've tried, they've just been really great in the image quality department. So I'm looking forward to all the future options.